Just wanted to show you a radio I've recently purchased, and I purchased it as a result of reading an online review. And I'll put a link to the review in the description of this video. It was a site called Radio J. Allen, and the author's quite experienced with shortwave. He's got all sorts of reviews of shortwave receivers. This one was a little unusual. It's a Qodosen. Okay, it's a SR 286. Just looks like yet another shortwave portable. Covers medium wave, short wave, long wave, and quite importantly FM. But it's based around a chip called a TEF 6686. And if you've seen some of my earlier videos, you'll see that I had this radio, which I bought primarily to try some FM DXing. This has got a TEF 6686 chip in it. It's a chip that's normally used in in-car radios, in-car entertainment. And it actually results in a receiver that's very sensitive on FM. And I've had some success with this. When the band has been open, there's been a bit of sporadic E propagation. I've had some good success on band 2 FM with this. This radio covers also shortwave, medium wave and long wave. This particular example that I have, I found to be useless on those bands. There's all sorts of spurious signals, odd noises, and you'll have seen a recent video where I've even tried an external antenna on this radio rather than a telescopic, and it was still awful on medium wave, short wave and long wave. These radios, they're not cheap. Okay, it's about double the price that you will pay online for one of these. I'll hold it the right way up, and Daisy the dog wants to get in on the act. But double the price. It comes with nothing other than a USB charging lead. No instructions. It does come with a little soft case to keep it in, and it needs one of these 18650 batteries. They're easily available, but they don't ship. I've heard a number of people say their radios arrive with no battery, and without the battery, of course, you're not going to get anywhere. So if you're buying one of these, make sure you've got an 18650 like this, and then you'll be good to go. Okay, I'll just show you the early impressions of the radio, and we'll have some more videos coming up with it in use. We look at it on band 2 FM, which is really where it's supposed to shine. I'll also show you on the lower bands just how good it is. And we'll compare it to the XH Data D808 and also this TEF 6686 radio, which I'm told looks a bit like a toy. And another slight advantage of this one is it looks more of a proper radio, doesn't it? But this does work well on band 2 FM. I think this is going to work as well. It hasn't got the nice colourful display, but it does have very much the same chipset, I think. So let's get on and have a look at the radio itself. I'll show you some of the features, and then in future videos we'll just have a look and see how well it performs. It has on the side a tuning knob, a volume control and a charging port. We have a headphone jack is also on that side. The other side we just have a 3.5mm antenna jack, which I believe works on all bands. Of course we have a telescopic whip here, and then on the rear we have the battery compartment, which takes the 18650 battery you saw in the photograph at the start of the video, and we've got a little tilt stand bail here as well. One thing I will say about this radio from my first impressions, you're going to need to read the manual. The operation isn't as straightforward as it may first look. Most of these buttons have secondary functions, and you'll need to find out how to activate those secondary functions. You'll see here that they're labelled. You can switch on and off the RDS function, for example. There's an amplifier, a preamp, to increase the signal strength. That has to be switched in using a secondary function. We've got the ability to direct key frequencies from the keypad here, as you can see, and you'll see that we have just an FM button and an AM button. So the FM button takes us from 88 to 108 megahertz broadcast FM. The AM button switches between long wave, medium wave and short wave bands, and this radio does apparently work very well on long wave, and we'll look at that a little later. We have, of course, a backlit LCD display, and as I said, we have the tuning knob here, as well as being able to step up and down, I think, using these keys and using the direct entry of the keypad. One thing I should point out early on is if you're looking to receive SSB radio amateurs, there's no way of doing it on this radio. This is AM only on the shortwave bands. And again, there's no Airband or anything like that. So this is strictly a broadcast receiver and nothing else. Let's just switch it on. I'll show you how it looks when it's switched on. Press the power button. You'll see we get a boot. We're on FM at the moment, but we haven't got the antenna extended. Let's press the AM button. And you'll see there we're on medium wave, short wave and long wave. Got Radio 4, BBC Radio 4 and long wave there. Got a bit of interference there because I'm quite close to my computer equipment, but it's coming in. So hopefully you can hear that. Display is quite well lit. Let's go back to medium wave. See if we can find a stronger signal. Tuning in 9 kHz steps here on the fast setting. Talk radio there. There's a way of switching this time to give us an S meter rather than the time here. Again, I'll have to look at the manual. There's a number of key presses involved, I believe. We'll just tune quickly through. Just turn the volume up a little.
Taken a lead of 27-0 away in Cardiff.
Not bad sound quality. The radio itself reminds me of a smaller version of the XH Data D808, right down to the volume control there and a clicky tuning knob. Not a lot on medium wave this time of day. You're still in daylight hours. But we've got a bit, you know, what you'd expect to pick up. It is picking up. We'll demo it on shortwave and FM later on. But it is working. And it doesn't sound too bad. Quite a small speaker because of the small size of the radio, but it seems to work okay.